Actually, it was really funny. We were going through Google, seeing what causes were being promoted each month, and August happened to be Breastfeeding Awareness Month.
We saw like breastfeeding shoots, and those are great and super awesome, but I always thought like moms that couldn't breastfeed or struggled with it, they always kind of get left out.
And I'm a big advocate for breastfeeding, but I'm also a big advocate for those moms that did everything they could but couldn't, and they're just doing their absolute best to feed their kids.
It doesn't matter what your journey is, fed is best. And we wanted to inspire and empower moms.
I want to make these moms feel beautiful. I have the ability, and if I have the ability, I wanted to be able to do it.
There's a lot of mom shaming if you give your baby formula or you end up pumping, and I like the whole promotion of fed is best because that is totally true. Just do whatever you think is best for your baby, whether that's formula, traditionally breastfeeding, or pumping, or any combination of the three. Just do whatever you feel most comfortable with and what you think will be best for your baby. I had my son in November, and my plan from the beginning was to breastfeed him, but he had other plans for me. The night we came home from the hospital, I couldn't get him to latch, it was getting more and more frustrating. He was crying because he was hungry, and I was frustrated because he wasn't latching, and we broke down that night and we gave him a bottle of formula. And I tried pumping then, and I couldn't get anything to come out, and I got really discouraged. Since he finally had a full belly, I went upstairs to take a little nap to try and catch up on a little bit of sleep, and woke up and my boobs were huge and clearly full, so I went downstairs and started pumping and was able to get enough for another bottle for him. I continued throughout the next couple of weeks to try and get him to latch, but he just wouldn't. So it ended up exclusively pumping worked for me, so that's what we're doing.
I breastfeed Declan. When he was born, it wasn't the easiest as I thought it would be. He has a slight tongue tie, so it's kind of been difficult to feed him at times. But I was able to kind of like work with some lactation consultants. I guess it's been easier now since he's 7 months old, so I've had a little practice. But there's other moms here that have not been able to breastfeed. They formula feed, tube feed, and I just think every journey is beautiful, and I'm excited to share mine.
My oldest son was a stinker when it came to eating. He didn't want to latch on. We couldn't get him to eat, and he was losing weight, and his fontanelles on his head were sinking in, and he was starving. And I didn't know how to make him latch on, and there was a lot of frustration because I was a new mom and I didn't know what to do, and so I had to pump in order to get my milk flow to come down. I finally figured out, and then he would latch on. Our second child ate like a champ. He was perfect and we had no problems with him, and he was great. Then our third child was born with cerebral palsy, and she was unable to latch on because of her cerebral palsy. So we ended up having to have a G-tube put in my daughter, which is a feeding tube placed through her skin into her stomach. I pumped for 2 years and fed it to her through her feeding tube. I was actually pumping more than she was eating in a day. And because I was pumping more than she was eating in a day, we had 2 chest freezers full of stored breast milk. And we actually were hooked up with a family, and we ended up providing them with breast milk for their baby for at least 6 months, I think it was.
Oh my goodness. This is gonna make me cry.
If you are wanting to breastfeed, it is definitely not easy. Don't let anyone make you think that you're not good enough because you're finding it to be difficult. It is difficult at first when you're a new mom.
Just do what your instincts tell you to, and don't feel bad about it.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Know that you just have to do what's best for your kids and for you.